Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, and do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharallah. Kol Holoyim Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Harakak Wadash, for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth, so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwaf that's keeping the faith and the work. Shall keep at it. It's your brother Abai coming at you with more precepts. It's the book of 2 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 1. It says, "But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying Yahweh that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction." Right? So with every so-called black movement, right? Really, any movement of people of so-called color, whenever that thing get started, it always get infiltrated, right? It always get infiltrated by either niggas or the oppressor. And what I mean when I say get infiltrated by niggas is always looking for a way to come up. So if you got a group of people together under one cause that are truly sincerely trying to do something, you're gonna always have smooth talking ass niggas, right? That's gonna get involved, and it's gonna always be for filthy lucre's sake. It's gonna always be to be the HNIC, or to look like you got that clout, or to look like that dude, right? It's gonna always be that, right? Even in this truth, it's that. So you have to be circumspect about the people that you following, man. The people that are teaching you. Got to keep your head, keep your wisdom cap on, and don't ever take that thing off. Scripture tell you anyway, walk in wisdom, right? Be circumspect, not as fools, right? So how much more the truth, all right? But I'm gonna let this video play and I'll be back.
How does President Obama get to 270 electoral votes? Well, his clearly strongest voter group is African Americans, and hundreds of preachers and other religious leaders are going to get a pep talk of sorts from members of the Congressional Black Caucus on how to combat the recent rise in voter ID laws. I'm joined now by the chairman of the Congressional Black Caucus, Congressman Emanuel Cleaver, Democrat from Missouri, who is also an ordained minister. Congressman, it's good to see you. Good morning.
Good to be with you.
So you've got this big summit tomorrow. Essentially, what is your message to several hundred clergy members, I understand, who will be there?
Yes, we'll have representatives from 9 denominations who actually pastor somewhere in the neighborhood of about 10 million people. And we're going to, first of all, equip them with the information they need to know about what they can say and what they cannot say in the church.
Did you hear that? What they can say and what they cannot say. That's a contract, right? That comes with a tax form entitled 501c3.
That would violate their 501c3 status with the IRS. In fact, we're going to have the IRS about what they can say and what they cannot say in the church that would violate their 501c3 status with the IRS. In fact, we're going to have the IRS administrator there. We're going to have the Attorney General, Eric Holder, there. We're going to have the lawyers organization from around the country, the ACLU, all giving ministers guidance on what they can and cannot do.
Right. So 501c3 is a tax form, and that tax form tells the individuals of a nonprofit organization, because that's what it's attached to, right? What they can speak on, what they can't speak on, right? It also tells you that you're not allowed to urge your members to support or oppose legislation, right? So basically, these different quote unquote churches, and like I said, this in the truth too. It's a few camps under that 501c3. GOCC under 501c3, IUIC under 501c3, and this is more, I'm sure, right? But these individuals are not allowed to speak full truth. That's why 9 times out of 10, they're not going to say Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. They're going to always keep it on Christ, right? Also, these individuals were the individuals that were promoting, right, the demic when it came out. When that jump shot came out, they was telling you to go get that, to go take the jump shot, right? They were speaking down on everybody else that was saying, "No, I wouldn't trust that." Right? They're basically letting you know what they stand for. Right? And Scripture warns you of these individuals. Let me read this again, 2 Peter chapter 2 and verse 1. But there were false prophets also among the people. Scripture says there is no new thing under the sun. If there were false prophets then, there are false prophets now. Right? It says, but there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privily shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying Yahweh that brought them. Right? Like I said, they don't say Yahweh, they say Christ or God or Lord. But they don't say Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. They refuse to him, as a matter of fact. Now, you got to be circumspect of these individuals, man. Right? It says, and bring upon themselves swift destruction, and many shall follow their pernicious ways. These are the individuals that got this mass following, right? That whatever it is them leaders say, don't nobody question nothing, right? These individuals that say, well, if you leave this camp, then your name gonna be written out of the book of life. Word. It says, and many shall follow their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of. These are also the individuals who speak down on truly sincere men like the apostles of Great Millstone, and men who got the like doctrine, right? Who speak the truth and who can back it up in Scripture, right? They call individuals who are truly sincere about the word and that choose the word over prophet, that choose to look the part of a prophet over looking the part of somebody that's, you know what I'm saying, just getting money or whatever. And Scripture tell you, you know what I'm saying, the Most High deal with the meek of the earth. That's the humble. I'm not too tough worried about looking like we got bread. We more so worried about how we look in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai above anything, right? But it says, and through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. Right? They making money of you, man. That's why they not telling you the full truth. That's why you keep hearing all these different wild ass stories about them doing some foul stuff back in the day. Right? Like I heard a story of the leader of IUIC. You know, he was a cop. The man was a police officer, right? A detective, as a matter of fact, for years. I'm talking about throwing his folk in jail, right? So let me speed this up. Right, but like I said, you keep hearing these different stories, these different negative stories about these individuals. Why they in the truth? Now, I ain't talking about in the past life and nothing like that. I'm talking about why they supposedly in the truth doing some foul stuff, right? And steadily having people under them that believe everything they say about the truth, right? Scripture says in 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 4, well, actually verse 3, and through covetousness shall they with feigned words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. All right? The Most High getting ready to wham bam these folk. You already see the state of the earth. The state of the earth is in straight up turmoil, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. So if you in these groups, man, and you're not questioning, like you're not real deal questioning the sincerity of these folks, you're not studying, you just following. First and foremost, 9 times out of 10, you the same as them. That's why y'all you know, that's why y'all congregate like that. Because y'all the same people. But for the individuals that are truly sincerely trying to find the Lord, trying to find salvation in the truth, and you see this, hey man, move on. Right? Move on. Bump with them folk talking about, man. Move on. And stay in the truth. Right? Stay in the truth. Get into that word. Pray to the Most High. Because just being real, you don't need an organization. You don't need a camp to be Yasharallah. You are Yasharallah. Right? Now, I ain't speaking down on camps. Right? Because if it weren't for camps, I wouldn't know this truth. If it weren't for great men before me, I would not know this truth. I'd still be in the darkness. That's why I give double honors to the apostles and the elders. I ain't saying that just to be saying it. They deserve that, right? But all I'm saying is, if you're not a part of a camp, that does not negate salvation for you, right? As long as you operating truly and sincerely and you trying to find the Lord, man, that's all that matters. And you doing that work to the best of your ability. You got faith, and your faith dictate your works, and your works dictate your faith. Hey, keep on keeping on. But all I'm saying is, watch these individuals, man. Watch these individuals, right? It says, in 2 Peter chapter 2, and let's see. Verse 4 says, "For if power spared not the angels that sin, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reserved unto judgment." Right? "And spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, the preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly." Right? This flesh that we in, right? This body that we're in, this is a prison. It loves sin. That's why we war with this flesh, right? But the spirit inside of us is the thing that wars with that flesh, and that spirit that's inside of us is given to us by Yahweh Shai. And once upon a time, we didn't always have that knowledge spirit that come with the spirit of Yahweh Shai, so we were stuck in darkness, right? And the Most High blessed us with light. So the same way the things happened in the past is the same way things going to happen again. Those things were written for our understanding now. So with that understanding, knowing the times that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, man. Now more than ever, right? Make sure that you are following the truth and not lies. Don't do this to be looking like, bump looking like, actually be. And bump with this world talking about when it comes to you being. Because this world can't understand. But like Script said, it's going to be false prophets, and there are. And all you got to do, then the Most High blessed us with, you know what I'm saying, easy access to knowledge. Go to Google, type in 501c3 churches, and check the list. All right, you'll be surprised. All right, so with that, hey, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Ratazah, these precepts in this video were edifying. Call Haloyim Yahweh Shai by Hashem Harakako Dash. Shalom Yashala.